So good morning everyone, good morning ma'am. We are the reporter of Chapter 2, Lesson 12, which is the game-based learning. So, I am the first reporter, I am Shelo Casido. So, our learning objectives is first to develop a game to motivate students, cater mathematical investigation or practice a mathematical skills. Next is promote students' critical thinking and problem-solving skills through game-based activities. And last is to increase engagement and motivation in learning mathematics by integrating game-based learning. So, when we heard the word game-based learning, what comes to our mind? So, game-based learning, it is an active learning technique that uses games to improve students' learning. The learning in this case comes from playing the game. So, game-based learning is more than just a play. It is a teaching strategy for us teachers to make our lesson or to make our the learning in our classroom more fun, engaging, interactive, and collaborative. But also promotes critical thinking and problem-solving skills. So game-based learning can be achieved through digital or non-digital games. Digital games that can solve math, like Khan Academies, and non-digital games that applies math, like board games, card challenge, or role-play scenarios. So there are top benefits of game-based learning. So first, help problem solving. So games help students learn how to think through problems, make smart choices, and understands the cause and effect of the problems. For example, students will solve an addition in a game by trying different strategies like breaking numbers apart or counting them one by one. The next is increases student engagement and motivation. So, from the word game-based learning, so thus your students will be more excited about your lesson because, diba, when the learners will hear the word games, what comes in their mind is it is interactive, it is fun, they can feel excited because they can feel excited to participate in your class. For example, you will have a game where your students will compete in a friendly classroom games where they race to solve problem solving and collect points for the teams. Then the one who will win the game will receive an reward like lollipops or any kinds of snacks. Next is introduces situational learning. So learning through games often happens in real life situation. So students understand new ideas better when they connected to social experience, teamwork, and share challenges. Example, student will role play as a shoppers in the classroom. So they'll use play money to buy items at the prices if for example, they want to buy that pencil, then the price is 10. So in that way, they will know if their money is enough to buy that pencil. So, di ba, in everyday situation that our learners will experience na papalitin sila silang mama in a store. So in that way, your students will know the prices and if unsa ang ilang kanang ma-receive na sukli, if sakto ba or dili. Next is addresses special education needs. So game-based learning supports students with different learning needs. It creates positive, flexible space where everyone can succeed. For students with autism or IEP, games can make learning more fun, safer, and clearer and more motivating. Example, a student with IEPs will use tablet math game with audio cues and retry options, helping them to feel more confident and supportive. Diba? There are apps that are nga kanang pwede gamiton nato sa mga kanang learners nga dili ka hear or dili ka storya. So that in that way kanang ato silang ikuan nga more interactive ang atong class through that games. Then last is encourages critical thinking. Game-based learning helps students think deeply, work with others, and learn from past experiences. So it builds kind of thinking that helps students ask questions, reflect, and grow. Example, student will explain how to solve an addition problem and compare strategies with their classmates. So for example, na sila problems sa board, then mag-answer sila. Or na sila kanang na ay problem na sila answeran through using apps. So kanang diba ognay kuan, in that way pwede sila mag-explain sa ilang classmates nga giun sa nila in more simple way. So they will share their strategies to make kanang og giun sa nila pag-answer to nga problems in more simple way.
So good morning everyone, I'm Nina Meiji Paulen, and this morning I'm going to continue what Ms. Casido discussed earlier. So the majority of games demand that children think quickly. Furthermore, they must use logic to think 3 steps ahead of a game to solve problems and complete levels. This helps children develop their logic accuracy and ability to think on their feet and out of the box later in life. So most games require children to think fast and plan ahead using logic. This process sharpens their accuracy, problem solving, and creativity, helping them to learn to think quickly and adapt to different situations. So now I'm going to discuss the types of games. So first is a real-life games. So our real-life games, these are the games where math used in real situation. So for example, in a classroom, teacher have mini store and their students using play money to practice math. For example, the teacher sell a pencil that costs 20 pesos and the teacher says it is 1/2 of the price. The students need to solve the problem to pay the price of the pencil. Next is game-based learning in a hybrid space. So a game-based hybrid is, these are games that combine online activities with classroom discussions. For example, the teacher lets you play math game on a computer, where students solve fraction problem to win a star. After playing, the students and other classmates share their answer and talk about how they solved the problem. So next is board games. So board games, these are simple games that include math challenges, making it fun to learn while playing. For example, the students play snake and ladders with math questions. To begin, they need to roll a dice, and the one who got the lowest number start first. Every time a player lands on a square, they must solve a fraction problem. Like a toy costs 60 pesos. What is one half of it? If the answer is correct, the player moves to the next square. If not, they remain in the same square. And that's all for my part. Thank you.
So, good day everyone. I am Crystal Rose Polinar, and today I will continue our report about the game-based learning. So, game-based learning versus gamification. So, there is still confusion about these two. So, I will tackle it. So now, game-based learning is an approach to learning that utilizes full games to hammer more designated learning objectives. This covers a number of applications, including the use of custom-designed games to reinforce a particular concept, while gamification is the use of game mechanics in non-gaming scenarios to improve engagement by encouraging participation. These game mechanics include points, badges, and leaderboards, which are used to make unengaging systems even more interactive. So, to make it more clear, so game-based learning is you learned by playing a game that is designed to teach something. So game-based learning is the game is the lesson itself. I will have an example later. So in short, the game is the learning. So game-based learning is the game is the learning. And the gamification is you add a game-like features to our regular lessons or activity. So the lesson stays the same, but you make it more fun by adding points, badges, or rewards. So example of this is you do a worksheet and the students will get stars or rewards from answering the worksheet. The worksheet isn't a game, but it feels more exciting because the student will do it. Or so, in short, gamification is the lesson stays the same, but it feels like a game. So now I will have a example of how to utilize the game-based learning. Our topic for today is all about adding fractions. So I have here a roulette. I will show it to you. Now I will press it and the roulette will roll. Okay. So the roulette has a fractions. We will have to add the fractions which the roulette choose. Okay? So the first one will be okay, 1/3, and the next one is 2/7. So we have to add the 1/3 and 2/7. How would we add it? Right. Find first the less common denominator. Next, and add the 2. Okay, we have an answer, and the answer is 13/21. Very good. Now, for our next numbers. Okay, our first number is 2/4. Wow, the next number is 1/4. So how will we add this? Since the denominator are the same, so we have to copy it. Very good. And next, we will just add the numerator. Very good. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. So the answer is 3/4. So that's how you do a game-based learning. The game is the lesson itself. So thank you.